Lamelo, the sophomore prodigy who recently made national headlines by dropping 92 points.
Most people don't know about the Ball brothers, or have ever even heard about Lamelo Ball, the youngest of the Ball brothers. This is why today we're going to be talking about some facts about this budding superstar you probably didn't know. But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. We start with the fact that his parents are legends. He is the youngest son of LeVar and Tina Ball, who were college basketball stars in their days. LeVar played with Washington State and Cal State Los Angeles, while his mother, Tina, played with Cal State Los Angeles. The game runs in the blood of the family. As soon as he could walk, his father started training Lamelo in basketball and had him playing with his older brothers at the age of 4. His father is now a media personality and is dedicated to promoting his sons' careers to the world, showcasing how they are the best. We bet you didn't know that Lamelo skipped classes. While in high school, Lamelo dedicated a chunk of his time to the game he grew up to love, basketball. His parents even pushed him up a grade so he could play with his two brothers in Chino Hill. This was because his eldest brother Lonzo was set to leave Chino Hill that year to join the UCLA Bruins. This was a really good move because in that time, Lamelo learned a lot and formed a special bond with his elder brothers who were also his teammates, a bond that rivals any bond they could have built elsewhere. Next is that Lamelo actually signed autographs at 5. When he was just 5 years old, Lamelo was already signing autographs and t-shirts after games with his brothers. I do have one question though. How does a 5-year-old have a signature? Did he learn that together with basketball or what? I mean, his friends were still learning to write with pencils and stuff. LeVar surely did a fine job homeschooling this extraordinary young man, didn't he? Lamelo also has no problems with commitments. At a very young age, Lamelo already promised himself that he'd play for the UCLA Bruins, despite getting offers from other colleges that would see him grow to become the NBA top draft. His dad, however, had other ideas, and had him playing professionally even before he got to college. He skipped part of his senior year and college entirely to play professionally, thereby taking an unusual route to the NBA, unlike future prospects that play college ball first, then get drafted into the NBA. Lamelo is also dubbed to be the most promising of his brothers. At 6 feet 8 inches and 181 pounds, Lamelo is the most built and skillful of his two brothers. For someone who's been playing with people twice his age since he was 4, he has the experience none of them have. Although he still has a lot to learn, this point guard shows a lot of promise. His brother Lonzo, who is also a point guard, is the second best and out there making waves. LiAngelo is somewhat of the black sheep, but that doesn't mean the small forward is terrible at the game. He's currently a 3-star recruit and has a bright future. Lamelo is also being called a ladies' man. Lamelo is known for his super awesome afro curls with a wide, lovely smile that makes every girl scream over him. His Instagram account has 5.3 million followers and about 80% of those are ladies. He recently cut his afro due to the heat and sported tight waves for a bit. His account has seen a flurry of activities, and it seems that everywhere he goes, camera lights flash and fans swarm to him. Definitely a public sensation. Next is the fact that he leaves his opponents eating his dust. His career started in high school with Chino Hills High School in California, where his two brothers and cousin played on the same team. In his very first game of his career, he scored 27 points and even made the Los Angeles Times headlines at only 16 years old, when his teammates were way older. He helped his team win the CIF Open Division State Championship after scoring 26 points against Sierra Canyon School and 14 points in the title game against De La Salle High School. His team has an unbeaten run that season with 35 straight wins and no losses. Lamelo has also won awards in his very first season. In his first season, the one where he was pivotal in the unrivaled success of his team, with his averaged 16.4 point and 3.8 assists per game, he was named Max Prep's National Freshman of the Year. Aside from winning the title, he also shared this award with Nigerian-American power forward who was his teammate then, Onyeka Okongwu. This is another promising young man, 6 foot 9 inches tall, whose short career is filled with records and achievements. Another interesting fact is that he doesn't lose much. Lamelo is his team's lucky charm, and you can always count on him to win a match he plays in. In fact, for the first 2 years of his career, Lamelo lost only 2 games. The first loss he ever suffered was in sophomore year when his brother Lonzo left. Despite scoring an astounding 36 points, his team suffered a defeat against Oak Hill Academy, which ended that 60-game streak. In July of the same year, he took part in an AAU game against Zion Williamson, an equally incredible 5-star recruit and this game was featured in the national sports media. Did you also know that Lamelo was homeschooled a lot? Aside from his early education, which he received from his father, mostly about basketball anyway, he was pulled out of school before his junior season while still at Chino Hills by his father. His dad didn't approve of the new head coach, Dennis Lattimore, and he disapproved of the school administration for reasons that are unknown, and he preferred to homeschool his young superstar. In December 2017, he decided he was ready and signed him with agent Harrison Gaines so that he could join his brothers overseas. Lamelo struck fear into the hearts of his opponents. In November 2018, he joined Spire Institute, a prep school in Ohio where young sports stars go to be nurtured and refined to get the best out of them. He was able to play there and participate in competitions despite his amateur status. In his debut, he scored 20 points with 13 assists against the Hill School. His highest ever was 41 against Hillcrest Prep in the Grind Session World Championship, a competition where he helped his team reach the final and was named the MVP of the tournament. Prominent schools canceled their matches against Spire when they learned he would be playing. He was that good. Lamelo is also very compassionate. In February 2017, he set a personal record and became the player with the second most single-game points scored in California state history after he scored 92 points in a single game. Los Osos High School was unfortunately on the receiving end of this ruthless thrashing. It was a game he dedicated to Alexis Anderson, a fellow student at Chino Hills, to raise awareness about her. She had a rare heart condition, and Lamelo's efforts saw her get a new heart. He went on to finish the season with an average of 26.7 points and 10 assists per game. Must have been the best season of his career yet. Lamelo has played for quite a number of teams. In his already short career of just 4 years, he's played for 5 teams including Chino Hills, BC Pranay, LA Ballers, Spire Academy, and Illawarra Hawks of the NBL in Australia. His career is littered with awards including JBA All-Star Team Features, JBA Championship in 2018, and NBL Rookie of the Year Award in 2020. It was also reported that he has an interest in buying the Illawarra Hawks, and from the look of things, this dream would soon be a reality, making him the youngest team owner ever. Lamelo, at such a young age, is worth a lot of money. At only 19, his net worth is over $400,000, and he's not even in the NBA yet. He spends a huge chunk of his money on things teenagers of his age spend on, including cars, jewelry, and shoes. Most of his money is going into buying his team, the Illawarra Hawks. Although the deal hasn't been completed yet, it is on the verge of completion, and he would be announced as its owner soon. He gives back to the Australian community and wants to use the Hawks as an avenue to do more. What an inspiration at such a young age. A fun fact, Lamelo is scared of the ocean. For someone of his height, that is pretty rare. He says he feels like it'll swallow him up and he'd sink right into the sand. One time, he went diving with sharks and claimed he didn't want to get wet, so he wasn't going to swim right in the middle of the ocean. After much persuasion, he shakily entered the floating metal cage and kept screaming at the top of his lungs, clinging to the steel bars. Lamelo already has signature shoes. His father, LeVar Ball, is the owner of a clothing company, Big Baller Brand, BBB. It has produced signature shoes for Lonzo, LiAngelo, and Lamelo, making Lamelo the youngest athlete with his own signature shoes, Melo Ones. He's also the face of the Junior Basketball Association, a professional league founded by his father and completely funded by the BBB. All the players and teams are required to wear apparel produced by BBB. This move heavily promoted the BBB brand and his son's professional careers. Talk about killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Like most of us, Lamelo loves music. Lamelo is a big fan of music and says he can't do without it. Although he doesn't sing, his big brother Lonzo does and features Lamelo in his songs. Lonzo released his debut album in 2018 under the Big Baller Music Group. Lamelo loves the likes of Migos, Drake, and Meek Hill, and is an avid lover of rap music. Quavo, a member of Migos, has been seen promoting the Big Baller brand on Instagram. It is expected that Lamelo is going big very soon. In 2020, Lamelo and his brothers closed a deal with Roc Nation, a branch of the music company founded by Jay-Z that would oversee the careers of Lonzo, LiAngelo, and Lamelo, negotiate market deals, get them sponsorship deals, and generally make sure their journey at the NBA is the smoothest. Lamelo is getting ready for his rookie season in the NBA, being one of the top choices in the 2020 NBA draft alongside Zion Williamson. On top of all of these accolades at such a young age, he's no different from the average teenager. Despite being a basketball sensation, Lamelo still spends his time doing what teenagers do during their free time. He plays a lot of video games, and surprisingly, his favorite is Fortnite. I was expecting it to be NBA 2K20 or something, but I guess he gets enough of this in real life. So there you have it. Basically everything you should know about Lamelo LaFrance Ball, the kid sensation that is hitting the NBA next season with everything he's got. We'd finally get to see him play in the same league as Steph Curry, the prolific basketballer his dad compared him to. Keep your eyes peeled for this one. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it.